Come on, all children, we're going to sing now.
I'm sorry,
Happy birthday to Jesus. Gabriel, leading the course. Then we're going to say happy birthday to Papa, Uncle Logan. Okay. All right, Gabriel, go ahead. You're right. All right. Oh, sorry.
where are the children?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jesus. Happy birthday to you. Now let's give our hand. Now we have guest of honor. Okay, Papa, you want to announce how many years?
Yeah.
All right.
Give them on board. I told young lady a few moments ago,
Yes, right here.
I put an 8 and then put a 7.
All right. I'm glad he was born and he was my dad. So let's sing happy birthday. Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mama. Happy birthday to you. And many more. Okay, let's light it one more time. Mommy, keep that with the something camera. Okay, now let's Papa slow it down, you guys.
Wait a second, Papa. Wait a second.
Wait, they want to get on camera.
All right, Papa.
I want you to get the number. Did I stand It's just her big head. I'm trying to get the
Hey, keep going. Quiet. You're quiet now. Quiet. Listen. Watch out, everybody. So you quiet. Okay. Now, Jen, Jen, keep cutting the thing for the children. So they need to listen. Just keep cutting it.
It's a long time, but this is the wrong night.
You're going to have something in there. All right, then.
So Tommy's going to see
Okay. And Mary and Dan and Uncle Dick and Uncle Lawrence. going to have some words for us, and we're going to get this. You're going to say something? So we're going to get this on video. So whatever they want to say, and then we're going to have each of the families and their branches to join them, okay? So we can get this on video. All right, so you all be ready. When we call you Q, you got to come on stage. All right then. Okay, we all start.
What are we doing?
And married first.
What are we doing?
When you get called, come.
I'm married to the.
And come forward and do what?
You want to get in there and get on video camera treat.
Oh, well, I want my time more than one.
No. Some people we will exclude.
Little do you know I didn't take the rest of it.
Just tell I get this baby back.
Don't go to tonight.
Just let her know.
Let our married baby. All right, everybody keep quiet.
Listen, children, listen. Brandon.
You don't have to.
She's up there.
Wherever you want to say.
They got you on camera. You just go over there.
Over there to him.
All right, everybody stand
You get over there. I'll say whatever you think.
I'd like to say too.
Okay, listen, Moni. Children.
I'm really not at a loss speaking to children and seeing the joy, the smile, the laughter, the enthusiasm, which I in my career was a librarian. And it was with children as well as the older people. And then you can't tell back even today. I have not really said I'm through, but I'm still carrying on. Because I think there is something that can be gained by our youngsters. So much of this I didn't see in my early days. And now everybody is for everybody. And I get a different atmosphere and a different feeling about the Bible. And especially our young people getting jobs in the library. Now when they come by and call me, I've been ill, and some of them call and say, well, they're doing this now, or we're going to do that next. And I said, not in our library. And they said, yes, right here in Cincinnati. So I feel like the library work is something that you can think about if you're not interested in it, because the young people do like it, and they enjoy it, and they would enjoy you getting together and making your own groups and talking about what is good out there. It doesn't have to be in books, but it's out there, and you could pick it up in the library. And then so much I have seen are the friendships that are developing between our people, youngsters, older people, and the other group. I come along and I see them having such a good time. Well, they enjoy each other. Why have they been keeping us from this? But now we can talk one-on-one. We know what you're talking about. We know what you are doing. And I feel like I'd like to say this is another beginning or another ending in the lives I have seen since I have been home. I have been ill. And I have missed so much of as far as the children, young people getting together. But I see another phase of it. And I can see it and talk about it and be so happy to know that our youngsters are feeling and seeing. When you go into a branch or library and you see one of us sitting there at the table, acting like she knows what it's all about, what she can tell children, it makes me feel good that we are moving and they are giving. And I hope you all will feel that you're going to take your place and you're going to do what's expected of you and a little bit more, because it's always that little extra that makes a difference. Thanks for listening to me.
That's great. That's great. Jenny. Jenny the boy. That's right. Okay. So Dad, listen now. Some more words of wisdom. This is Paul.
There's just a couple of things I'd like to say to each of you, whether you're young or old, and the word love. Love one another. Don't ever pick an argument or want to be disagreeable just for the fun of it. There's always, no matter what he ever does to you, as Christ says, love him. You don't have to love him the way you love your mother, your father, or your husband or love, but just don't throw anything in his pathway. And you find out that by helping each other, I know my sister just said it, and I'm saying it now. Our race has come a long way. But we must not feel that we've made it. We haven't made it yet. We still have some work to do. And always remember that Christ said, love each other as I one another, as I, Christ, has loved you. And if you can do that, you'll always be successful.
Uncle Dick?
Well, I just have a different slant in a sense. But I'd like to call your attention to one thing that many of us, most of us I should say, we see it every year. I imagine every one of you in here has at some time or another in the past or even today seen this candy cane. Now I wonder how many of you have seen and within your own heart arrived at what might be the significance of the cane. But I'm going to just transmit some words to you that will give you a pause to think about what the cane can stand for. There was a time when there were several people trying to find out some kind of an emblem that would signify the essence of Christmas and be a witness to Christ's life on earth as in his birth, his mission on earth, his missionary service, and his death. There was this group of people trying to decide, and so they said the candy maker was one. And they said to the candy maker, you make us an emblem that will signify and be emblematic of Christ. And so the candy maker went to work and made a long, hard stick of white candy. And then he looked at it and he said, no, I have to do something else too. And he put a hook to it, to where it represents the letter J, which stands for Jesus Christ. All right. Now, there were other things he wanted to do with that stick of candy. He made the 3 little stripes on it that signified all the troubles and tribulations that Christ had to go through on earth. And then he said something else. I'll put a thick stripe on it of red, which signifies the blood. The shape of this candy not only represents the J in Jesus, but it also represents one of the stalwart staffs that the shepherds had. Reached down into the ditches and pulled on the lambs that were strayed out. And it also, as you know, has become a cane for those who have been somewhat feeble in their getting around. And so I would like to say that this candy is representative of Christ, if you look at it in that way. And not only stands for his name, but also signifies his ministry, his life on earth, and of course the blood that he shed, and for us. And as we remember it from now on, we can always compare it with our lives as we live, and that we must bear this as a symbol of love, understanding, compatibility, and cooperation, as Christ has been an example before us all.
Uncle Lawrence is going to say something. He's going to tell you about their family and gather those family members who are here around you all. He'll call them out by name so we can see each other. A lot of us don't know how these relatives all get to be what they are, okay? So if you just call your family who's here around you, that'll be wonderful. Judy. All right. Judy. Dad, and then okay, come on. Come on, beautiful. Where's Todd?
And then,
where are they? Hey, well, are the kids upstairs? Steve, tell them all to come down for a minute. Just for a minute. Hurry up. You turn it off there. Ready? Go ahead, Uncle Lawrence. Would you just share with us who you are, who your family is?
all right,
Okay? And any words you want to share with us, Uncle Lawrence?
I'm really the brother-in-law of V. Henri, and he, of course, is my wife.
Yes.
He is my daughter Judy,
All right.
grandson Todd,
Yes.
and a grandson Gerald, who answers to Manny more than anything else.
All right.
I would simply like to say this, that as we look at the headlines in the media about all the problems and the ills of this nation and nations all over the world, really, I think that the sort of thing that we have here this evening is at least something of an answer, something of a fantasy for what we have. First of all, and certainly above all, would be the love and the faith that we get from our Lord Jesus Christ. We have here the family and the extended family, and from that stronghold, so many of the ills of the world can be overcome. But it is for us to keep together, to remember the lessons, and I think the little ones, as I see them, they won't remember now, but this will be an epoch in their lives. We can appreciate it, and they in time will appreciate it. It's a wonderful thing, and I think the only thing that we can do is to persevere and to see that it goes on and on.
Amen. They're coming up and take a seat. Cut that off, okay? Share with them who your mother
I'll give her cake.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm gonna pass this job on.
See that? They don't make cameras stand like they used to.
I'm a right-hander, but I can't do this right here. Isn't that heavy? Isn't heavy? I broke my collarbone on my right side. Poured everything on my left side.
Now who's be next after? Where's the yeah, I think that's just she just moved. Gina, move that chair, please. Tell about your family. Okay, now you all listen.
Mary, Alvin and
red light is just coming on. Does that mean anything? The red light is just coming on. All right. When the red light is on, what's that mean? It's recording? It's on, yeah. It wasn't on. It wasn't on. It wasn't on before? It wasn't on before? Okay, I said that. Are you holding your thumb on it? No. Yep. Yeah. Holding on. Yeah, you're holding it on. Did you activate? Did you activate? Okay, fine. It just came with the light. It just came on. It just came on. You might push it. Arrows coming apart. That means it's on.
Oh, no.
You have to interview her separately. We'll get a thing. Wait, you didn't know. You come over here and watch it. As long as you see that red light on. He's watching. Yeah. What's the thing? When it says light, what does that mean? Not enough light. If it's nighttime, you have to go in or out. Telescope. You all listen now.
Quiet now.
We're working on that. Now we're going to hear the real spokesperson.
I am to attend the last of the Mohicans as far as Gordon Boyd family is concerned. My brothers and sisters, all born in the state of Virginia. The old man stayed the last one in Ohio. Picked the Ohio. We've had an enjoyable night. This type of a gathering has been handed down to us from the past generation. We hope that it will continue to be something that the family will continue as it goes into the future. My wife comes from a large family, Thomases and from Ohio, and she was one of 6. I'm one of 6, and we have one son. And we have Richard Jr. And we do have the blessing that my grandson, Richard III, in Maryland. He was here Thanksgiving, but his money ran out. He couldn't come back. He called and extended his love to all of us. That is one of the benefits that we have. We have a loving grandson, loving son, and my loving wife. Beautiful. Praise God. All right.
So they can hear this. is our heritage. Go right ahead. You got it. Okay. Good.
We're so happy to be here this evening. I'm a foster sister of Ty and Leela. We have 2 children, Johnny and Yvonne. They're in Florida, so they wasn't able to get here. But we're so happy to be part of this family. Yeah. And we're having fun.
Yes, indeed. Well, I want to tell you, and I'm not joking,
All right.
that we have done this for over 50 years.
All right.
Every year there's something of a gathering in this family, even during the wartime. When all the daughters are home pregnant, and children are on the field. But I remember, I think how this all started, I was talking to Aunt Lou one time about how hungry we were. And she said, well, we'll get the family together to make sure you have something to eat. And I think we've been doing this for over 50 years. I would want to say that well, I knew you could be years before we got that. That's right. Thanks a lot. Thank you. What you got? Now, the line is on. You see those arrows moving? Yeah. Those arrows moving forward. Hey, all this. Look, go. So I tell you all about the other side. And Martin, we got to show them how to go. All right, here we go.
We're going to do this real quick because I can't keep this child still.
I'll tell you how it all got started. I came to one family reunion when Sylvia and I were 40. And then we got married. And every year we would come to the family reunion, they would ask, who is pregnant this year? You barely got it, but they might do it even here. And they fed us so well, we thought we ought to accommodate their year. So every year they go.
Gordon family dinner, I count as one of the richest parts of my heritage. For over 50 years, it's something to look forward to every year and seeing all the family. There's so much love for the children in Gordon family. And I really am glad that we can pull through together this time. And these are all of our children. We're seeing.
Our oldest child is, raise your hand. Your name is?
My name is Raise Your Hand.
Raise your hand. Now who's your family? Introduce your family.
My husband Ashton, my little Kenny.
And then our next child is?
Stephen. Ramona.
And your family is?
My husband is Michael. My daughter is Leah. My son Matthew. And my son George.
All right. Then our next child is?
Charles.
What's your name, son? This is my lovely wife, Cheryl. All right. Cheryl. This is our daughter, newest addition to the family. All right. And my son is our Whitney Rochelle. All right. Who else do we have? Stephen next. Steve. I'm Steve. And where's your wife? And my wife's down there. There. My son Gabriel. Say hi, Gabriel. And there's Taylor. He's a whole lot. All right. Now who's the next child we have?
Excuse you, you should know that. Right on that. Come on.
Somebody showed up for dinner one day.
They say the best to last. When they stop and see that you think it's just done the best thing. Perfection at its best. I mean, too big. I'm not there yet, but I will be soon.
Is what you get.